Elodie was not able to join us today. She's definitely a listener that comes in weekly for the interviews, but she emailed me and she would like to let you know that she, for religious reasons, could not be here. She's celebrating Rosh Hashanah, so she wanted to say to you, Shana Tova.
Oh, thank you very much, and to her.
And I also have China from Canada, who wanted to know your favorite memory from the set.
Again, I think in episode 6, I think I was just kind of bowled away by the amount of detail that went into to creating Bastogne. They shipped in, I think it was something like 300 trees from Belgium in this kind of hangar, indoor hangar, and they kind of covered it in snow, and and then kind of shot a lot of the scenes of Doc Rowe running between the foxholes and into the foxholes. That was all done internally, and I think one of my favourite scenes on set was the scene that I have with Doc Rowe when he comes and asks for morphine. He's looking for morphine, and I'm cooking up a cup of coffee in my helmet. And that was a lovely scene to shoot. It was just what was great about Bastogne. It was directed by a British director called David Leland, and it was very much like the scenes from a play. Those intimate scenes of they were just kind of 2- and 3-handers of people sitting in foxholes, kind of philosophizing or just kind of trying to keep themselves sane while they were so cold and so kind of desperate to kind of stay alive and to kind of keep warm and whatever, and I just found a lot of the scenes in Bastogne to be really special, and particularly we had I think David Leland, the director, was very keen to make sure that we kind of rehearsed those scenes to the point where they were where they needed to be. A lot of the other episodes, rehearsal was something that we could do, but it was a massive deal to kind of rehearse some of the big tank battles. We couldn't really do that. We just had to orchestrate it and then kind of shoot it, but with Bastogne it was a smaller entity with all of those scenes, and so we really got to kind of do some of that groundwork before we started shooting, which was I think was really important, and really got a sense of intimacy, of actually being inside the foxholes with the guys, just trying to kind of stay together. And I think that scene with Shane in episode 6 is one of my favorites.
Excellent. Did you keep any of the stuff from your Band of Brothers, your boots or your uniform, or did you?
I kept my jump boots. I kept some of the uniform. And I wanted to steal a 30 cal, but that was a bit more difficult to kind of hide in my bag, so I couldn't get that off the set. But I wanted to kind of mount one of those on the wall, since it became my friend for the 8 months that we were kind of shooting. But no, the other thing that I keep very close to my heart are my dog tags, and I know that some of the other guys have talked about their dog tags, but those are really special to me because of what they represent, and obviously they have Walter Gordon's kind of address and his mother's name and stuff on them, and I think that those will always be very close to my heart, and something that I will certainly cherish and share with my family to come, and that they were a real amazing souvenir from the show. But I have a few bits and pieces, but it was more difficult to get any of the big stuff off set. I think they were kind of set police, watching people as they left to check they weren't taking any of the good stuff.
Now, have you thought about going on some of these crazy websites and buying a decommissioned 30 to hang on the wall?
Yeah, you know what? Somebody sent me a link one time and said that you could buy one, and then I think when I was at the premiere at the Hollywood Bowl, there were some 30 cals, but they were rubber ones, just as kind of dressing. And I remember speaking to the guy who was responsible for dressing, the premiere, and I said I'd really like to get hold of one of those, and he said, "Well, I can get you one, and we can ship it to you in the UK and stuff." And I never got round to doing it, but I'd really like to, because as I say, when you carry that 30 cal around for a long time, it really does become your friend and your foe, and I really would love to have one hanging on the wall. I'm not sure how my wife would like it, but
you'd have to put it in the man cave with the big screen TV and the beer.
Yeah, exactly. And when we have our Band of Brothers barbecue, we can all go in there and shoot the breeze and talk about man stuff.
Exactly. Was this series the first time you fired a weapon of any kind, or did you have you hunted before, or do you go to the range?
No, I'd never fight. My dad actually was big into clay pigeon shooting when I was a kid, and he actually he used to shoot shotguns quite a lot. Not kind of in our background in our back garden, but he used to go out kind of clay pigeon shooting, and he would always come back with this big bruise where the recoil would bruise him kind of in his chest, and I would always be kind of quite amazed by the power of the kind of shotgun when you fired it. And then obviously when I got Band of Brothers and we arrived at the armory for the first time and picked up our weapon, and actually I think I remember firing an M1 rifle for the first time, and it was a special moment, just to kind of fire a weapon for the first time. But then, as I say, you kind of then move from, or I was lucky enough to move from the M1 to the 30 cal, and it was the first time I had actually fired a weapon, and it was a special time to actually pull the trigger for the first time.
Now, have you picked up rifles, guns since then? Have you picked up a hobby at all with this?
No, not really. I mean, I to be honest, I'd love to. It's just not so easy in the UK to be able to do that. I mean, obviously here in the States, there are I assume much more access to kind of shooting ranges and stuff where it's not so easy to do. I would really love to, and actually, it's just something that I never got round to doing. And I mean, obviously, I've become quite accustomed to kind of shooting at fairgrounds and winning my wife small cuddly soft toys since my Band of Brothers experience. If there's something to be shot at a fairground, I'll be there, and we'll definitely come away with a large cuddly toy. But I haven't actually taken it up since. But I'd like to. As I say, it's an experience that I would definitely like to have. Since we finished the show, and I just haven't got round to it. I think I remember Shifty, Peter Youngblood Hills, telling me that he used to go out shooting with the real Shifty Powers either before or during. I can't remember. He'll tell you, I'm sure, when you get him on. But he actually used to go out shooting with Shifty, because Shifty was obviously big into hunting, and he actually went out shooting with the real Shifty Powers. And I think that must have been an amazing experience to actually not only meet the guy that you're portraying, but actually to go out and shoot with him.